is rubbing up on your thing, and then the sun is like coming in on the window there. Hello, everyone. Just doing the pre-show here. Thanks for joining us. If you're watching us on Facebook, we just started, so I doubt if anybody's really watching right now. But if you are, thank you.
I am. Hey, look at my screen. They can't see me, but look at the aura behind me.
I know. It looks like you're going to heaven or something. The sun's shining in just
Follow
perfectly.
the light. Oh, who's that to your right, Stephen? Oh, that's my good friend Jesus. He doesn't photo well, but you know he's there because of that big bright light.
We're tight.
Me and JC.
Can you push that blind? Because when you do go on,
yeah.
you don't have to right now. I mean, you got 10 minutes, but
yeah, we'll figure it out because the sun might move by then anyway. Yeah, so we're Facebooking it, so I'm gonna start sharing it. The Temple of the Dog. Are you familiar with them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so they did like 7 or 8 cities that they're touring. I think they're in San Francisco this next weekend. For those that can hear me but can't hear my music, Hunger Strike is playing right now, and he's going hungry, going hungry, yeah. That's where we're at with that song right now.
That was perfect, man.
You've never gone karaoke with me.
I'm too embarrassed, man. I can't do karaoke. I'm not a big karaoke guy.
I say it's not. Yeah, I just rock. I'm not good at it. I'm not winning the voice, or I'm not winning a talent show, but I try to rock the mic and have fun with it. And anybody that's ever seen me or seen me sing, it just says it's fun. And I also do interpretive dance for other people's songs, so that's kind of fun. All right, man. I don't see it on the Facebook yet. Did you start it from your own private one? Did you share it to?
No, it's on 22 minutes. Just refresh.
All right. All right. Let's turn down our phones. Stealing bread, I don't mind. They don't mind stealing. They don't mind stealing bread.
All right, airplane mode is on. Oh, I gotta leave this. I gotta leave this plugged in, man.
There we are. No, that was yesterday still.
All right, media's on. Got to get back to my little theme song for today.
Oh yeah, get that ready. It keeps saying 22 minutes was live. It's not that it is live. Are you sure we're live?
It says we're streaming. We should be.
And it's in the 22 minutes and not your own personal?
Yeah, that's where I put it. Public.
Okay.
Oh, did I put it public?
That would help. Oh, it's live now. I got it. Whew.
Okay, you're scaring me, dude.
3 minutes ago. I don't know why. It's like my first time. It's like I'm a rookie.
Whoop. Little teaser.
Surprise.
Little teaser.
Yeah, a little teaser. Name that tune. I can name it in 3 trumpets.
Yeah. All right, so we got that. What else? Where are we at here, man? I got to share this thing here.
Yeah, we got 6 minutes to go.
6 minutes.
6:26.
Yeah.
Oh, my radio is blaring Radiohead right now. Can look you in the eye, just like an angel.
So I can hear you like, it's like stereo, a little delayed stereo. Obviously I hear you through my headphones, right? And then I hear you coming through. We've got 13 people watching. Hello everyone on Periscope, and they hear you singing. So we will have the lead singer of, what's the band again?
What, Temple of the Dog?
Yeah.
Radiohead?
Yeah, Radiohead. We'll have the lead singer of Radiohead joining us shortly.
Shut up. Yes, I'm a creep. I'm at that spot right now. For those that are just tuning in, I have a Pandora playing in my ear. No one else can hear it. So sometimes I feel the mood to sing along with those artists that Pandora thought I would like, and Pandora's usually right. Today's questions answered, my friend.
Yes, today's questions will be answered. What you're gonna ask me questions, right?
Yeah. Do you want me to like do the 5, like the bullet thing you did to me last week?
I suppose you can, whatever you are comfortable with.
How quickly can you answer? Today's questions answered. What to look for in a lender?
That's a good one.
How long before my home on the market? If I want to buy now? How's that one?
Sure. I'm all good, man. Whatever question, I'll answer. It's Throwback Thursday. Hey, for everybody on the pre-show, if you have questions, you can certainly go to our Facebook page and message us 22 minutes if you have any questions about real estate. If you're watching this on Twitter, hashtag 22minutesAZ, and we'll be sure and respond that way as well.
I'm going to say, let's play Stump the Lender with the questions. Let's see what they come up with.
Cut.
Right.
Technical difficulties. Cut.
Turn that down.
All right, let's see here. Sharing it all out here, getting it out to everybody. Bear with us. Sorry for the delay here, people. 2 more minutes, almost there.
2 more minutes before the 22 minutes?
2 before the 22.
That's the Chuck Woolery. We'll be back in 2 and 2.
2 and 2. 22.
Throwback Thursday. Hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Some might say I don't belong here. Alright, Throwback Thursday, hold on. You ask, you throw a question. Oh, be back and answer. I think I'm listening to Yellow Ledbetter live right now, which is usually how Pearl Jam ended their concerts back in the day with this song. Stump the Lender.
This is like this is tedious, man. Sharing this thing. It's like a 4-man job. It totally is, man. No wonder all these TV stations have all this stuff in the background working, right?
Yeah, they got paid. Hey, let's start advertising for interns. We're looking for interns for our 22-minute show. Get us out there. All right, I got to share it on 2. I want to share it on. I'm sharing it on the my own personal, and then my SJC real estate. I want to share it on the Goodyear Homes for Sale.
All right, good. I'm done sharing. So now I can spend time here. We've only got 55 seconds left, and then we'll get this thing rocking.
Throwback Thursday. Throw a question.
Yes, if you're watching us out there on a Periscope or Twitter, this is Throwback Thursday episode with Jayson and Stephen. If you want to hashtag 22minutesAZ on Twitter, we'll be sure and get to your questions. And these are questions related to real estate. We're not therapists. We probably need to.
Right. Why does it hurt when I pee?
Yeah, we won't answer those kind of questions.
That question.
No.
You know that artist that has the Rorschach? Is it Rorschach or whatever? The guy that has the paintings that are the same on both sides, you know?
Yeah.
And everyone has to say, like, what does that mean to you? So I imagine one of the questions is, who's this Rorschach guy, and why does he keep pinning my parents fighting?
All right, we're going to get started right now because time's up.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome to this episode, Throwback Thursday of 22 Minutes with Jayson and Stephen. Appreciate you joining us. If you're watching us there on Facebook, please like and share that Facebook page, as we would love the opportunity to earn your business. So whether you're looking to buy, sell, or refinance a property here in the state of Arizona, or preferably here in Phoenix, Arizona, Phoenix metropolitan area, we certainly would love the opportunity to earn your business. If you're watching us there on Periscope, thank you for joining us today on Periscope. Really appreciate that support. And please follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handles are right above us.
I see mine.
You see your... All right, cool. So this is Throwback Thursday. But before we get started, this is also a very important day, not just because it's 2 days after the election, or 1 day after the results, or whatever,
Right.
depending on how you look at it. But this is also the Marine Corps' birthday, 241st birthday. And as a Marine myself, served in the military, Marine Corps, this is a day that we celebrate the birth of the Marine Corps. So, I should play the music, shouldn't I? Cue the music.
Yep.
Right?
Just like in rehearsal.
There you go. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but hopefully you can hear that. That is the Marine Corps birthday hymn. All right, so with that, it's only going to play for 30 seconds, and then it'll be done, and then the pain will be over for everybody else who can't understand the Marine Corps.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
A little crazy
yeah.
Marine. You're a crazy Marine. So let's get the tweet quote of the day. Let's do that right now. How about that?
Okay.
All right, so this one actually comes from a Marine, a very good Marine, a very good general, General Mathis, actually. Mad Dog Mathis is what he was commonly referred to as. And some people actually on the Twitter world are out there trying to vote him as the new Secretary of Defense since Donald Trump has been elected. And if you know anything about Mad Dog Mattis, 4-star general, he says what's on his mind. He is not bashful. So his quote here, and this is probably one of the least racy quotes from him. It says, "Be polite, be professional, but have a plan to kill everyone you meet."
I like it.
Yes, he is a tough Marine. Love General Mathis. All right, so with that, happy birthday to all the Marines that are out there watching. Appreciate your service. All right, cool. So let's get into some questions. So we get commonly asked questions, and we try then to answer these questions on this episode. So we need your participation too. So we do this every Thursday. It's called Throwback Thursday of 22 Minutes with Jayson and Stephen. So if you have questions, or if you're out there looking to buy, sell, refinance, whatever it is related to real estate, please message us on Facebook or send us that hashtag 22minutesaz, and we will get to them. So where do we want to begin?
Well, you want to start a question, or you want me to start asking you questions? Because last week we did a fire thing where it was like the 10 questions you need to ask a realtor.
Yeah.
And I wasn't prepared. Although, and I'm still up. Oh, yeah. Last week we talked about remember certifications?
Oh, yeah.
And I couldn't find it, and I had everybody in the office looking for it.
Hey, you got to do something for me, though, because I have this mirrored so I can read everything. So you got to turn that backwards and shine a light on it so I can read it from the back side.
Well, it's a National Association of Expert Advisors. I am certified from the National Association of Expert Advisors, helping people out with 0% down programs, helping people out save money during the escrow period, and getting the right price for the house. So that's what that one was.
Nice. Good job. Nice work.
We asked about it last week. I couldn't find it, but
yeah. So we asked the question designations and things like that, and what they mean or whatever. And so, hence you showed us today. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Designations are good.
Do you have any designations, or do the lenders have designations?
Yeah, we do. I had a CMPS, which is Certified Mortgage Planning Specialist designation. Not really. There's not really any designations. I mean, you could be a, I guess, mortgage broker, mortgage banker, but there's no real test for any kind of designations like you have.
Okay. There's that. I know we do a lot of VAs over here on the west side. Speaking of the Marines, but we have the Air Force Base over here.
Yeah.
And so, like, I do a lot. Probably like 20% of my business, maybe 30% is VAs.
Yeah.
I don't have a VA certification, but I am more certified, I feel like, than those that do, because I know how to do it. This one lender that one time was all like, I'm VA certified. Can we clear that up in the air? You can do VA loans. I think like 90% of lenders can. I know BMO couldn't, and I'm not hating on BMO, but I know that they couldn't do it because they're from Canada. But
right.
You can do a VA loan.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I do VA loans, any type of loan, really. VA, USDA, FHA, conventional, non-conforming, conforming, jumbo, super jumbo. I can pretty much handle all those loans.
Super jumbo. Yeah. That sounds impressive.
Yeah. Commercial. I even do commercial. Some commercial. Oh. Yeah. So commercial as well. So in fact, I'm working on a couple commercial right now for churches. Churches get a big need for commercial lending. So
really?
That's good. Yeah. A lot of churches need commercial, especially when their congregation is expanding and they want to add on to their buildings or whatever.
Right.
Put maybe
so that's commercial. I thought they're just nonprofit, so I didn't think commercial and nonprofit were the same. So I'm learning something today.
Yeah, the properties may be zoned commercial though, and that's where that comes in. Yeah. So having said that, I want to ask you a quick question. And maybe I asked this before. I don't know if I did. I apologize to everybody who's watching, but if you're a first-time watcher, then maybe this wouldn't be the second time I asked this question.
New to you.
It's new to you. Explain the difference between a buyer's agent and a seller's agent, or is there a difference?
Oh, sure. A lot of agents when they first start, they do both, or they try to do both, and they. I remember reading something. Maybe it was Gary Keller. Somebody said that multitasking is the talent to fail at more than one thing at once. Meaning, nobody can put 100% of their focus in one thing,
right,
and also do something else 100%. So the difference between a buyer's agent, I'm going to say, and a seller's agent. We'll start with the responsibilities of a buyer's agent. You screen the houses. You try to maybe preview the houses. Maybe you coordinate all the showings to make sure that all you have to do is walk through the door. I always say that sometimes the key gets stuck, and I say I have one job. My one job is to get these people into the house, and I fail. But I always play games with on the buying side. We play games where I'm allowed 3 U-turns per house thing. Right. And so, like, if we don't get to 3, then that's a pretty good day. If we get all 3, then I gotta really focus on the last 2 houses. But so the buyer's agent's job is to get the offer accepted, get it negotiated, guide you through the inspection period, guide you through the escrow, and then the bins or items. Now, bins are, I'll briefly say, is buyer's inspection, notice, seller's response. We are the buyers. We've noticed that the windows are broken. Fix it, and then the seller's response would say, "No, we won't," or "Yes, we will," or "Here's $300. Go fix it yourself." But those are the scenarios. So the buyer's agent's responsibility is to coordinate with the buyer into the purchase of the home. Now, if the buyer is also selling a house, sometimes the agent does both. But let me tell you briefly what the seller's job is to do, or the seller's agent's responsibility is to figure out what the house will sell for. And when I say what it'll sell for, I say what will it appraise for. We could put a price tag on a house for $250, but if the appraisers and all the other closings are around the 200 mark, 1, it probably won't sell for $250, and 2, if we got an offer at $250, it probably won't appraise at $250. So as the selling side or the listing agent, my job is to kind of set real expectations on what the house will go for.
Yep.
And it's not based on, like, I want to sell it for $250. Well, we're hoping for a cash buyer at $250. And how many times do you think cash buyers come in at asking price or offer full price? No, they're cash, so they want to get a deal. But the listing agent responsibility would be to do all the CMAs, kind of show what it's worth, do a net sheet where what matters is how much am I getting? I'm selling the house. How much am I getting back? So if I'm selling it for $200, how much can I expect back? And the short dumb version is 10% off for closing costs. That's 3% buyer's agent, 3% seller's agent, 3% concessions. and then maybe 1% for title fees. So if you assume 10%, then you're going to be pretty close to what your net's going to be. So at a $200,000 purchase or list price, you could probably net about 180. So if you owe 170, you know that you're going to make about 10K on that. Now,
right.
The 3% concessions might not be there. They might say no concessions, then you actually made more money. But if I prepare you for that 3% and we don't need it, then that's better than me not preparing you for that 3% and needing it, right?
Right.
And so the listing agent would order the photos, line up the showings, maybe open houses, do a lot of marketing. We do a lot of Facebook marketing, as well as over 1,000 websites we go to, Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, as the major ones, but we hit about 1,000 of them. And then it's just to negotiate the contract too. So the buyer's agent writes an offer, then we as a listing side, we negotiate for the net for a seller. So what do you need to net? We try to make it work. We offer
it takes and not to interrupt here, but it takes a different personality, right? I mean, it's a different personality to deal with buyers than it is sellers. There's different emotions, if you will, at stake with that. So there are some distinct differences between a buyer's agent and a seller's agent. Does that mean though that somebody who, if I'm wanting to purchase a home and I come in contact with a buyer or seller's agent, that they wouldn't represent me fairly, or?
Well, on that property, probably not. So, like, let's say, and that's a great question, because a lot of people mistake, like, I can save money if I don't use a buyer's agent, and I just use the listing agent or the selling agent. Big mistake, because first off, who do you think hired that agent? Not you.
Right.
The person, and their best interest is getting the highest net for the seller, like I said, working for the net for the seller.
Right.
Now, or would you rather hire somebody whose job is to protect you during like I said, the escrow and the inspection period, where the whole thing that you're doing.
Right.
And the key is the buyer's agent doesn't cost you a thing. So why not hire somebody to be your advocate, someone that knows the contract and knows how to negotiate for you, versus hiring the person whose job is to sell the house.
Yeah, exactly. There's not. It does put the agent in a little bit of a precarious position, because they do have to represent you fairly, legally, and they have to represent the seller fairly. But like you said, they are representing the seller first and foremost. That's probably where their loyalty is at the core of their heart, and so that can be a little bit of a touchy situation, and can be a tough conversation for people too.
Right. Let's say, what are you looking to save? Like $2,000, $3,000? Let's say that, if I hire this listing agent, is that what I'm expected to save? Probably, you could probably save that amount, but you hire a good buyer's agent, you might save $5,000 or $10,000.
Right.
And get your closing costs covered and a home warranty.
Right.
So, do you have a better shot if you use the listing agent? Yeah, you have a better shot because you're going to pay more. So that's the question.
That's the thing that's coming up, and we'll get right down to basics here, because we're going through this little metamorphosis right now of real estate, right? It not only in the real estate world with some Open Door and some of these other kind of tech companies that are getting into the real estate market, but also on the mortgage side. So, basic question: why use a realtor?
Well, because buying a home is one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make, and if you don't hire somebody professional, you put yourself at a big risk. And who's to say that? I mean, a lot of times if you buy a house that's 2000 or newer, there's probably little things wrong with it, but it's not just that. It's the saving money, getting the right interest, hiring the right lender to help you lock down a better interest rate. But it's the whole process. It's the whole getting you from the rental to the home to the key. Where I call it, the key is not quite the home ownership, because I always when people close, I always say congratulations, you're the proud new owner of a mortgage payment. Because the lender still owns the house and you're just paying it off. Right. But the job of the realtor is very specific to helping you guys and protecting you guys. So until it can be done, and if you don't worry about being protected, then you don't need a realtor. Let's leave it like that.
The one thing I'm glad you said there was getting a good interest rate. I have talked to many different realtors out there, and I've asked them this very question: what's most important to you? Now, in giving some good variables here, right? And I even did a Twitter poll of this one time. And the question was, what's most important to you? Closing on time, getting your client the best rate, or the best service? Now, all of them rank very, very high, right? I mean, closing on time is critical. That's like the period at the end of a sentence, right? It's kind of understood. But then the second two, service versus the best interest rate. Because the big banks have lacked in service, big time, right?
Right.
They have good rates, although there are now the vast majority of mortgage bankers, such as myself, that are taking over and doing the majority of the origination for mortgage lending. So banks are losing market share. And is that because of service? Is that because of rate? Now, the rates that I have are very, very competitive with the big banks. In fact, I'm competing with them all day long, in some cases even beating them. Banks notoriously, I worked for a big bank at one point in my career, and banks notoriously would adjust their rates based on flow. So they would reduce the rates below market value to increase volume. And then as the volume came in and they couldn't handle it and their service went to, pot,
Right.
then they would increase the interest rates to push business away, so to speak. Mortgage bankers don't do that. Mortgage bankers stay with whatever the market is doing. And so banks are notorious for just having bad service. When it came to short sales, when it came to everything, I mean, they're still going through pain right now as far as service. But from a realtor's perspective, when I asked that question, most of them said they didn't care about interest rate. They only cared about closing the deal on time. Now, that was very surprising to me because that seemed a bit selfish to me. For the realtor, the reason they want it to close on time is because they want their commission check. Hey,
Right,
everybody wants to get paid. I get that, right? But you're representing somebody else's life and a big decision, and referring people, your clients, to somebody who you know is going to give them a great deal, I think is critical to the success, long-term success of a realtor's business. What do you think?
Yeah, I think if you ask 100 buyers, if you would rather close on time or wait a week and get $50 off your mortgage payment for the rest of life of the loan, I think they'll say, okay, we can wait a week.
Right.
So for me, the interest for me, it's a no-brainer. Like, it helps my client to, like, listen, it took us 35 days to close, but now we saved $50 or $100 because we got that half a point or whatever difference, or we didn't have any closing costs because we waited with this lender that could, whatever they do. Sometimes those lenders have a little bit of a credit to cover.
Right.
But if buying a house on time is important to you, then you wouldn't use the big lenders anyway, because I've never had them close on time. And they add 60 days. Let's say it's a 60-day close anyway. So
right.
we want to close on time in 60 days. Well, all lenders can close on time in they should be able to close in 60 days on time. But,
yeah. If I was a realtor, I'm the lender in this group here, but if I were in your position, Stephen, I would be sitting there to myself, if I referred somebody over to a lender who had a higher interest rate, and I knew that they had a higher interest rate than somebody else that I may refer business to, and that consumer found a better deal outside of the person I referred them to, I would think it would reflect negatively on me from the consumer.
Right.
Like, you referred me to somebody. What are you getting, some kind of kickback here? What's going on? Why am I getting a higher interest rate through this lender that you referred me to? And I go out on my own. I'm not even in the business, and I find a better interest rate. That's
sometimes those that's why when I talk to my clients, I ask them what's the most important. And like I said, 99 times out of 100, it's the better interest rate. So that's who we go with. I've been doing this for a little over 6 years, almost 7 now, and I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of lenders, a lot of bad lenders and several good lenders. So I have in my arsenal some good lenders, right? That are service oriented. Sometimes the interest rates are a little higher or lower than the other one. So, and by service oriented, there's people that send out cupcakes and congratulations, your escrow's open, sends out cupcakes to their place of work. That's the service, but it's a little higher interest. So if you want that fluff stuff and you want to be kudoed and patted on the back the whole way, I got a lender that'll do that. Now your payments will be a little higher, but you'll feel good about the whole transaction the whole way. Or if that's not as important, having good service in the form of communication and a great interest rate, then we got a guy for that. So if you ask any buyers, and maybe you should do that poll again, but I think 99 out of 100 of them say they'd rather save money on their payment.
Yeah, that's something that I've always lived by, and that's why I align myself with companies who have great interest rates, because I think it's super important. Especially now, as of recent, rates have been so low that
Right.
it's like it's almost free money, so to speak. But as interest rates go up, of which we've seen over the past couple of days due to the election. That trend will continue at some point, right? So rates are going to have to go up. They just are.
Right.
Hopefully, that stays in line with inflation and people getting raises and things like that. So it's not as painful for people to absorb a higher interest rate in their budget. But they will go up, and so rates are going to become more and more critical. It's like buying something for $1.99 versus paying $2 for something, right? It's a psychological kind of thing too,
Right.
that make people,
Right.
makes people feel. Because let's face it, I mean, when you purchase a home, it's already an emotional decision. I've had a couple people already from the election, Steph, and I haven't told you this, that have called me, especially in the Hispanic community, that are thinking about pulling out because they're afraid, right? They're afraid of what happened and what the repercussion may be from the election. So it's already an emotional decision purchasing a home. And so having that psychological safety, if you will, safety net, or knowing that you're getting a great interest rate takes a lot of pressure off, I think, anyway.
Politically, he said some things that scared a few of the Hispanic community over here. But you can say whatever you want running for president. You have to get things passed, and you have to be doing something illegal for it to matter whether or not you're safe or not. You know what I mean? Like, I think, and most of the people I know here in this community, they're safe, they're legal, they're doing everything right. So it's just scare tactics. Like I said, it's to win a vote. For those that it matters to. But
all right, well, let's wrap things up here. Again, if you want us to answer some questions that you may have related to real estate, go to our Facebook page, message us, like us, share that Facebook page. We really would appreciate that support. If you're watching us on Twitter, Periscope, or even on YouTube, give us that thumbs up on YouTube, Periscope, Twitter. Go ahead and use the hashtag 22minutesaz with your question, and we'll be sure to get to that next week. So we do this Monday through Friday, every day, 9 a.m. Arizona time. And we just have a little bit of fun with it. Now, tomorrow on Veterans Day, we will not have the show. I've got some prior obligations that I have to attend to. So tomorrow we won't be here, but on Monday we will be back fresh and ready to go.
So we got some good questions answered about what people look for in a lender. So if you have anybody, I want to end it with this. If you have anybody that is thinking about buying a house, maybe send them over to this page, or send them over to this video, or send this video over to them. Let them hear it from us, and maybe they if you grabbed a little tidbit or you grabbed a little bit of knowledge from this episode, then send it off to your friends.
Absolutely. Good call. That's exactly what this video is for, is to share with friends and family who may be looking to buy, sell, or refinance a property. As we've always said, we'd love the opportunity to earn your business.
You've always said that. I've never said that.
Well, you ditto that.
But you say it for me, so you
ditto. And happy birthday to all the Marine Corps brothers and sisters out there. 241st birthday. Today is the Marine Corps birthday. I will be celebrating. So thank you for your service out there, and much appreciated.
Thanks,
all right,
guys.
With that, we will end the show. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next on Monday. Take care.